I met him to go play basketball, and this was like that. It was this moment where I came to the realization that something is up. Something is actually something's definitely up with my eyes. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video with the blind guy here. And if you're new to the channel, or if you have not hit that subscribe button already, make sure to do that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and become part of the family here. And today we're gonna have a little bit of a story time for you guys about when I started going blind. Really the moment that I the moment that I realized that I was going blind, the first time that kind of had that realization of what was going on in my life. To start things off, back in 2016, April 2016. So that's the timeline. That's when we're at. So it's about 2.5 years ago or so. And so it was April of 2016, and I was going to college for mechanical engineering. And I was in Charlotte, University of North Carolina at Charlotte, UNCC. That's where I was going to school for engineering. And then, I was there. I had, my dog Cooper, and I was going to school for that. And I was working in a restaurant waiting tables. So I was a waiter, and, I worked. The crazy thing about that, man, was like the restaurant I worked at, most nights when I got off, it would be anywhere from 9 to 10 o'clock all the way until literally 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30. So, the bar, of course, would stay open until 2, but the crazy thing is we served food just about up until 2. So I was working some crazy hours, mostly late nights, but I was waiting tables, so I wouldn't go in until 4 or 5, 3, 4 or 5, around there. But I was doing all that, and I was also going to Lifetime Fitness, which was in the same kind of shopping center as where the restaurant called McAdoo's. Not sure if you guys ever heard of McAdoo's, but it's kind of like a sandwich restaurant with a kind of a bar side as well. But that was where I was going to school or working, and I was also working out at Lifetime Fitness, which I got to say, Lifetime Fitness was an extremely nice gym, and it was only $20 a month. I somehow finessed a way to get in there to be $20 a month, but. So I was going to school, and I was going to work out, and all this, life was, going okay. It was going, school was getting really difficult as my junior year, and I started going to the gym, but when I was going, I started noticing a little spot in my eye, and I wouldn't say it was a spot, I just noticed something was off. How about that? That's what it really was. I noticed something was off with my vision, or my eyesight, and I didn't think too much about it, but I would, it literally, I could walk to the gym or walk to where I worked. It was like maybe a half a mile away, but, most of the time I would drive because it was a busy road, but I would drive, half a mile from my apartment, and I would drive down to the gym. But, I'd be drinking my pre-workout up, and I was going in the gym, and when I would go in the gym, when I was working out really, really hard, I'd be out of breath. My vision, my eyesight would get just a minute, but a little bit worse. It was enough where I could notice it, and I didn't know what was going on. I was clueless. And it was like this for probably a week or so, 2 weeks. And I never said anything to my mom or dad, just never said anything to anybody. I didn't know what was going on. I figured in my head, I lost my glasses, my actual seeing glasses, probably about a year or so before that. So I was like, I just figured I needed some more glasses. That was in my head what was going on. So I just kept pushing it aside, everything's fine. And then one weekend, some buddies I used to work at Dick's Sporting Goods, and some of my buddies there hit me up and was like, yo, we're gonna go play some basketball. And I look one of my favorite sports to play after competitively was just basketball, pick up basketball with friends, or church league basketball. I love to play basketball, and I really miss playing basketball. That was one of my favorite sports to play. But they hit me up, and I was like, well, yeah, heck yeah, I want to go play basketball. So, I met him to go play basketball, and this was it was this moment where I came to the realization that something is up. Something is actually, something's definitely up with my eyes, or, something's wrong. Because I was playing basketball, and I'm not I wasn't, Allen Iverson, or I wasn't like the best person ever, but I had a decent jump shot. I was really good at driving. I was really quick. I was just all around a decent player, and I would hustle, and I just loved to play. But everything was off. I was shooting, and I was like overshooting, undershooting. My depth perception was extremely off, and but the craziest thing was when someone would pass me the ball. They would pass me the ball like a chest pass, like straight in the air, hard pass. Because, we get competitive. Guys guys get competitive playing, especially pickup basketball. Like, it can get heated out there. But we were playing, and someone passed me a ball, and it was weird. It felt like I was going to clap my hands. Like, I was going to miss the ball and, clap my hands. And the ball was going to hit me in the face. That's what it felt like. My depth perception was all wacky. My sight, my vision was just weird. It was wacky. And that was when I really knew something was up. And so after that, I don't know how, the timeline exactly, but probably after, a day or two or a couple days went by, and I told my mom, I think I need to go get some more glasses. I need to get my eyes checked again. So that's all, that's all I thought it was. Still, I thought my eyes have progressed a little bit worse from the last time I had glasses, and I just need to get some more glasses or contacts or something. So I went to the eye doctor probably a week later, and then that's when things started getting really funky. I went and got my eyes checked, and they noticed this spot in my left eye. They just noticed a spot. They didn't know what was going on. My eyesight was not good at all, and that was the first time in my life at 20 years old that I had ever had my eyes dilated. I'm pretty sure that was the first time that I ever got my eyes dilated, and I had to go to work right after going to get my eyes checked. And like I said, I'm a waiter, so I had to, I have to write things down. I have to use a computer and all of that when I'm putting in orders. But they didn't know what was going on with my eyes. So it was basically they did some tests, they did this, they did that, and then they said, well, we're going to send you here, and you're going to go to a nerve specialist, because they noticed something was up with my nerves. They took pictures, and so they said, we're going to send you to this neuro-ophthalmologist, which is a big fancy word for a nerve specialist for your eyes. And that was the next step. But after I left the eye doctor for the first time, get my eyes dilated, I had to drive, but I drove back. It was only a few miles, but I drove to the restaurant. And I was I had this spot in my eye for one. So the spot was, it was definitely bigger than from when I played basketball, but it was hard for me to read at all. So I had my head really, really close to the computer, and they're trying to get orders or punch orders in and out. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And also, after I went, after that happened, of course, my eyes got back down after the dilation went away. But I was gonna work in the kitchen a little bit in the summer to kind of, to make a little bit of extra money. When I wasn't waiting table, I was gonna be back there cooking, and I was training, and I was trained up to be a cook, and I'd cook some days. And they have little cheat sheets to tell you how to make some of the sandwiches, some of the food. And I remember I couldn't read what was on the cheat sheets. I had to get my nose really close to it to try to read what was on the cheat sheets. And this was after the test started to begin for the nerve specialist. And I went to that, and I'd done literally probably every test that you could possibly think of for your eyes, pictures, everything, just anything you could get done with your eyes as far as tests. They probably did it there, and I probably had it done, and they still didn't know what was going on. So I had to get blood work done, and I had to get all this done, and it started to get a little scary, just because I didn't know if this was going to continue to progress, which obviously it did, but I didn't know if it was going to. I didn't know what was the problem. The doctor didn't know what was the problem. They tried to say I had a vitamin deficiency, which obviously was not the case. So I wasted a whole month taking B12 supplements to see if that was going to do anything, and obviously it didn't. So they wasted a whole month's time, and my eyes got significantly worse over that time. And and by that, like I said, that was midway through April, all the way until April, May, June. So about a month and a half is that time span of everything that has happened so far. And June 1st was when I was declared legally blind. So that was how long it took for me to become, you know, the term legally blind, which I'm not even sure. My left eye at the time when they checked it, and I drove that day, keep this in mind, I drove a car this same day. I was driving to meet my mom to go to the doctor's appointment, and they checked my eyes. My left eye was 20/400, and I'm not sure what my right eye was. It was a little bit better, just a little bit better, but my left eye was 20/400 something, so quite crazy. So that's kind of the first, that was kind of the events that happened, and that's kind of when I realized that, you know, something's really up with my eye. Something's not right. The doctor doesn't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. We don't know the problem, and it's continuing to get worse. And I don't know, honestly, I don't know how bad it's gonna get. And I tried to always stay positive, or either stay positive or in denial that it's gonna get worse. I always kept saying it's not gonna get worse, but of course it did. But yeah, so, you know, that was kind of the events, period of events that led up to me realizing that something's wrong with my eyes. I'm going blind. I didn't really necessarily realize I was going blind, but I realized that there's a major problem with my eyes, or with, you know, with my sight. And yeah, I mean, I was not able to, you know, it was getting where at like 5 or 6 feet away, I wasn't able to recognize faces. It was getting really bad. Like if I looked at someone, there was like nothing at their face, and it was weird. So yeah. So let me know what you guys think about story times with the blind person, and, you know, learning more about my story. And what about, you know, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and doing it right here. And also stay tuned to the end of this video, and there will be a random video generated just for you on here on the channel, on my channel. So make sure and you can click that and watch some more videos. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this style of video, because I have tons and tons of stories and some more things that I can tell you, definitely. So let me know what you guys think about this style of video down below in the comments. Make sure to stay tuned till the end to click that random video generated just for you. And yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for the support, and keep getting stronger.